At the age of 8, he had allergies. By the age of 23, he had asthma. 14, he developed diabetes. And he had neuropathy, diabetic neuropathy at the age of 26. His immune system was suppressed and had many bouts of infectious mononucleosis or glandular fever. Eventually developed a lump under his skin on the left side. Biopsy in 1995 showed lymphoma. Gallium test revealed lymphoma all over his body. He was glowing with lymphoma tissue. He searched high and low, eventually came to Mr. Bob Butts, who lives in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, who is one of the guys who spent many hundreds of thousands of dollars of his own money in spreading my information to the 600,000 community of Northeast Pennsylvania. He advised Andrew Bowman to go on the water cure. In 95, he started the water cure. In March of 96, he went for gallium test. There was no cancer tissue left anywhere. And he is now 6 years cancer-free. He's one of the guys who's going around and teaching a whole lot of people about dehydration and lymphoma. Breast tissue is the water fountain for the newborn. It has to be primed all the time. One of the things that keeps it primed is prolactin. As I explained, prolactin is a stress hormone. It's not in itself a stress hormone, but in stress it becomes more and more produced. It has been shown that prolactin activity can produce mammary tumor in mice. Now, prolactin is activated, exacerbated in dehydration, stress, and aspartame, artificial sweetener, can cause prolactin increase, and that is why we develop cancer. In more and more of cancer in our society, not knowing that there is a connection between breast cancer that's rising in the society and consumption of diet sodas. This is Dr. Lorraine Day. I've got her permission to show this slide. You can go to her website, drday.com, and see the same thing. And she developed cancer of the breast, did a lumpectomy, but cancer was all over her body. She's a doctor of medicine herself. She was 15 years the head of orthopedic department of San Francisco General Hospital. She's a magnificent doctor, a surgeon. But once she developed cancer, she realized that she's absolutely no hope with her orthodox or the method that she used to treat cancer herself, because she had seen the result of chemotherapy, X-radiation, surgery, and whatever, and cancer was never cured that way. So she decided to go into alternative medicine. She started taking a lot of vegetables and changing her lifestyle, gave up medicine. In fact, she was forced because she became so sick that she was bedridden. All this time she was taking alternative routes. Then someone sent her a copy of my book, and she read it, and all of a sudden the whole thing dawned on her why she had developed cancer. She started increasing her water intake to about 16 to 20 glasses of water a day, plus the diet. Within 3 or 4 or 5 days, she felt much better, and within 3 weeks, she was able to get out of bed and walk, and she's never looked back. Her cancer has disappeared. This is an older picture of hers. She's now 7 or 8 years cancer-free. And this is her statement. Dr. Batman-Ulich's discovery regarding water was critical to my recovery. I could not have recovered without it. Wells Jackson, Air Force officer in Germany, in 1999 develops a routine test, shows 4.6 PSA. Biopsy confirms that he has cancer of the prostate. Comes to Walter Reed in January of 2000. Biopsy PSA is by then 5.7. Walter Reed again tests him, and they confirm tumor. He does not buy into the idea of chemotherapy and X-radiation or seeding or surgery, and opts for hydration in place of the January. His PSA came down to about 3.5 within 3 months. Then he went back onto his old lifestyle of drinking beer because he was in Germany, drinking a lot of coffee because he's got 3 coffee plantations, and PSA went up. I told him that he can't do that. He needs to make his body alkaline instead of acid. So he listened to me, fortunately, and within a month his PSA came down again to 3.5, and he's been 3.5 when he was again interviewed or tested at Walter Reed, and he was totally cancer-free. He was told to go home and come back in a year's time without anything. So water and salt are better medications for cancer treatment than anything you can imagine. Why do we develop cancer of prostate? Because prostate gland contains a lot of acid phosphatase, which is an enzyme system that becomes stimulated in an acidic environment and produces more protein. So the prostate enlarges in acidic environment and eventually produces cancer in acidic environment. If people have got cancer of prostate, they need to make their body alkaline. Any form of cancer, you need to make your body alkaline. I will explain how to do that. Water is the best mechanism of making your body alkaline. It washes the acid out of the body. You manufacture urine, and urine will take a lot of acid out of it. In order to bring the acid, extract the acid out of the cells, you need salt. And I'm showing this salt shaker, but I don't really mean that you should take table salt. You need unrefined salt that contains all the other elements in it. There are 82 elements in sea salt. The manufacturing companies wash these elements and sell them separately at high prices and give you the sodium chloride, which doesn't serve the same capacity as all the other elements that should be in salt. But nonetheless, even in this capacity, this table salt should be taken unless you've got the other kind of salt. You need the other minerals, and you can get those other minerals from fruits and vegetables. We need half the body weight in ounces of water. In other words, a 100-pound person needs 50 ounces of water. And for every 10 glasses of water, we need at least half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt is 3 grams of salt, 3 to 4 grams, depending on the size of teaspoon. And the better formula is a 1/4 teaspoon per quart of water in order to maintain the balance between the intracellular and extracellular fluid volume in the body. If we are active, we need more water, we need more salt, because we perspire and respire and we get rid of salt. In hot climates, we need more water and salt. If we eat heavy food, we need more water and less salt, because heavy food probably has, if you're eating meat and things like that, has a lot of salt in it. So please listen up. The best solution in life for maintenance of health is adjustment of water and salt intake to the optimum level that your body requires. Anytime you feel tired, drink a glass of water, not anything else, because water is a better pick-me-up than anything you can imagine. And water will open up your brain function. Your brain will function infinitely better under proper hydration than in dehydration. 3 elements will bring you health: adequate water intake and